Good morning. Welcome to your 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. We have some clouds out there this morning, but we'll see those start to clear out of here for a mild day today, and expecting fairly dry conditions over the next couple of days with just a few very slight chances of precip moving through. We'll take a look at the current surface analysis. We have a weak boundary over the local region at the moment that will continue to move to the south and southeast while also kind of weakening and washing out. We'll have a upper level shortwave moving through later today that will bring another boundary that could bring some gusty winds, and a few showers north of the area, but we should remain dry here with just some breezy conditions. If you look at current conditions, as of 8 a.m. this morning, we have a broken deck around 11,000 feet, a broken deck at 20,000 feet. Winds generally out of the northwest at around 5 knots, temperature at 50 degrees, relative humidity at 83%. If we look at the current visible satellite, we can see some those clouds in the area again. You see some clearing behind those clouds as they continue to move to the east. We'll see some plenty of sunshine as we get into the late morning or early afternoon. We'll likely see another round of clouds move through with that short wave later in the afternoon. But generally light winds over the area. If we take a look at the short-term model, this is the European model. See how things play out over the next couple of days. Again, expecting dry conditions today. And as you see, the shortwave starts to move through mainly north of the area. Could see a few showers north of Wallops. Expecting things to remain dry here at Wallops, but just a very slight chance of maybe a light sprinkle. Mainly we'll see an increase in clouds as well as some winds ahead and behind this. We'll see those winds start to calm down. We'll see skies clear out a bit overnight, and we'll see a warm front start to lift through the area as we go through the day tomorrow. That's going to increase the clouds as we go into our Wednesday. We'll see another very slight chance of a sprinkle as the warm front lifts through, but most of the activity should stay off to the west, and then we'll have a fairly slightly above average, so a fairly seasonable day for Wednesday, but then we'll see temperatures start to climb as we go through the evening hours Wednesday evening into Thursday morning. We'll also see those winds start to crank up a bit as well as we get into the day on Thursday. Maybe a very slight chance of a passing sprinkle as this model is shown here. Not high confidence in that, but we'll see potentially record-breaking temperatures for our Thursday with a very warm day in the 70s for Thursday. So if we look at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, mainly green across the board. Will be in the 50s this morning and climbing into the 60s as we get into the afternoon. We'll see those winds become more west to west-southwesterly as we get into the afternoon as well, keep things mild and just slightly breezy. But then we'll see those winds start to crank up as that shortwave and surface boundary moves through, mainly during the mid to late part of the afternoon, so probably around 2 o'clock. So we do have that orange risk for those winds at or above 25 knots. Again, likely around 2 o'clock and on for a few hours. And as we get into the evening, we'll see our peak temperature around 63, and then things will start to cool off a little bit as we go into the evening with a west-northwesterly wind starting to calm down, becoming more northwesterly, around 5 to 10 knots. And then we'll see those winds start to shift out of the northeast to easterly as we start the day on Wednesday. And we'll see a low temperature around 38 degrees. So again, just a very slight chance of that sprinkle, not looking likely at the moment. We'll see a good chance of seeing a wind advisory as we get later in the afternoon. Tides are running slightly above normal at the moment. In the next couple of days, Wednesday, expecting partly to mostly cloudy day with a very slight chance of that early afternoon rain shower or sprinkle passing through as the warm front moves north. We'll see some slightly breezy conditions, but expecting green conditions for our weather risk across the day for our Wednesday, expecting a high around 53, so a couple degrees above average. And as we go into Wednesday evening, we'll see a low just around 50 degrees, and we'll see those temperatures continue to warm as we go through the evening hours. But otherwise, mostly cloudy, and we'll see the clouds clear out slightly as we go through the hours, becoming partly cloudy. We'll have an unseasonably warm evening, and we'll see some breezy conditions as we get later in the evening, again with those winds starting to crank up. And we'll see a slight chance of low clouds and, again, a very slight chance of a passing sprinkle before sunrise. So we do have that yellow risk for winds at or above 25 knots as they start to increase, and a yellow risk for those reduced ceilings visibilities with those low clouds in the area. Going into Thursday, expecting a very warm day for Thursday with a high around 75. Otherwise, partly cloudy and mostly sunny for the day Thursday. And again, unseasonably warm. But we will see some breezy conditions on Thursday. We do have that orange risk for winds that are above 25 knots at the moment. Otherwise, green for weather risk for on Thursday. Well, that will wrap up the 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. We'll be back again at 10 a.m. Take a look at the extended forecast. Enjoy your morning.